Two things I want to discuss today. It's the new release of NT8 8.0.10.0 as well as placing stops with the NT8 dome. First, 8.0.10.0, this was a bug fix, and you know it had to have been a big one as they issued a release just for this one fix. No other features, no other fixes. So what was it? Well, stay tuned, we'll fill you in on that, as well as we're going to hit something off that you might not know about this Superdome, and using a mouse with 3 buttons. So what do we know about this release? Well, it was made available because there was a logic in the NT8 code that looked and parsed a date field for future contracts, and it provided a wrong value for the decade. Okay, so for contracts expiring in 2018, this was affecting rhythmic and MB trading connections only. So if you had a rhythmic or MB trading connection, this would have been impacted. Now, if you don't use rhythmic or MB trading, this is a non-issue to you. If you do use them, you will be required to do this update, and you will want to do it right now. Now, just to be clear, this does affect both NT7 and NT8 users. So go to this link here and enter in your license key for NinjaTrader, either if it's a simulator key or a fully functional broker key. Go into your help menu from the control center and go to license key, and you'll want to grab it right there. Now download that update. It's a simple install, and boom. Okay, now that this is out of the way, let's open up our DOM in NinjaTrader 8. The letters DOM, if you have not used this before, stands for depth of market. We'll be doing another video covering all of this in the future, so that you can consider subscribing if you want to get to that. But recently we had a question about how to place stops on that, and thought that we could include this little tip and trick in with this update video. Now to do this, you do require a mouse with 3 buttons. It's the middle button that we're going to be focusing on. Now, unless you have a mouse from the 90s, you probably don't have 3 physical buttons, but most of you have a scroll wheel, if you know it or not. We'll be using that as our 3rd button, or our middle mouse button. So if you want to test it out, pushing down on it should have a clicking action. Okay, and that action without scrolling is going to be what we're going to be using with it. So to help you visualize this, if you're new to the DOM, we also are going to be doing this on the chart trader. So as you know, if you open up a chart and you go into chart trader, you can right click anywhere in your chart. You can select your limit order, or you can right click and you can select your stop. Now head over and open up your DOM and go to your buy column. If you left click at that price level, that's what's going to place your limit order. So not right clicking, you're going to left click a single click, and that's going to put in your limit order. Now go to your sell column, and we're going to hover our mouse over it, and then we're going to push the middle mouse button down without scrolling, and that's going to put in our stop order. You will see a box pop up, okay, and it's actually going to ask you for an offset. We're going to talk about this later, but for now we're just going to set an offset of 0 and hit that check mark. So you're done. You have a market order and a sell order now in there. However, these orders are going to be independent from one another, because if we close that limit order, you'll see that stop order is still going to be there. This is where we get into OCO orders. Now you're going to have to right click outside of the middle columns, and we're going to select OCO order. Now do the same thing, left click to put in the limit, middle mouse button to put in the stop. And now if we cancel the limit order, you will see that the stop order is also removed, so one cancels the other. Now if you want more tutorials on this, be sure to subscribe, and before you go, you might want to stuff your platform with these 2 missing features that were not released with the NT8 product. One draws a price line across your chart. The other one marks in news events on your chart, so both of them are totally free. You can get them at XABCDtrading.com.